Welcome to my channel. I'm your creator of fun and whimsy and the occasional chaos, Heather. Today I have two Valentine's Day DIY crafty items for you and a few business updates. And as always, my disclaimer, small apartment, noise carries, I have a teenager, and there's just not that much space. One of these days I'm going to actually show you my actual craft space and you'll understand completely. So I have a crafty DIY just in time for Valentine's Day for my fellow crafters and DIYers. I originally thought I was only going to be able to bring you one project. Joke's on me. I was surprised to find these in my craft stash, which is a bonus. I had gotten these grapevine wreaths at Dollar Tree, and I completely forgot that I even had them. So I came up with this little cute mini wreath DIY here that I feel is universal for also Valentine's Day due to shape, and I use neutral spring colors. So if you wanted to like make it for spring, you could eliminate the lips on it. I just put the lips on there because I thought it would look nice for Valentine's Day. You could even like add like little like wren type birds. But hopefully these will be short and not really short and sweet, but I feel they're kind of easy. I think the hardest one that I'm gonna have to deal with is the dry time on this tin. What I used on, we'll start with the tin. This one, like I said, it's gonna be the hardest one, mostly because of drying time. But what I used, because I initially started part of it when I was actually coming up with the concept for what to do with the little grapevine wreath, I used a napkin, a 2-ply napkin, as like the bottom border type base for it, and then I covered it with decoupage. Well, sorry, I skipped a step. You want to separate, if you've never done decoupage with napkins before, you want a 2-ply napkin, and you want to separate that napkin and make it 1-ply. It makes it a whole lot easier for it to stick. You can actually, I feel that you can see the, like I want for this project, I want a crinkle crepe paper kind of look. So I'm not gonna be so concerned about how this is. And then I used a foam riser in the middle because I'm gonna try to, like, these negative areas, usually is what they call them. I'm gonna fill them with these little foamy flowers, and then maybe like decorate around the top of the tin, because this is going to be actually glued to the back, like so. And then I'm going to like decorate maybe around here with like this part here with these little flowers. And then I'm going to use this napkin here, do the same thing, tear it apart, because it is a 2-ply napkin also. But what I'm going to do, if I can get it open, I had a darn hard time with the other one too. Should only take one napkin. So, and it has nothing on the side, so that's a plus. But what you want to do, don't tell me it's one of them hard napkins. It's a little complicated. If it doesn't want to go on wet loose. Okay, cool, it did wet loose. And that's all you want to do. And then you're going to save this one for your actual piece, your design. You can set this one to the side for wiping off your brush with decoupage if you got decoupage on the counter. My thoughts on what I wanted to do. But I wanted to drape this over this way. Drape it on the heart, around the heart. Like I said, this negative space here is it's going to actually have to be angled probably. But the negative space, like I said, I'm going to fill in with the roses. So you might not even want to bother really with, I mean, yeah, you have the extra, but you're probably not going to want to bother with making it perfect because you can always hide that with the roses and other accents. So I'm gonna start I'm gonna start this first. And like I said, like I'm proving, anyone that watches or has watched any of my videos, I always say I got a ton of these with my diamond paintings. They're always in every one. I have my own personalized tray that I like, and I say I use it for paint. I also use it for decoupage. That way, after I'm done, I don't have to worry about cleaning up the sticky ooey gooey mess. I can just toss out the tray and move on with the decoupage, Mod Podge glue. And with this, what I did on the bottom of this too, I went and I hit hot glue on the bottom of the foam wedge there. That way it kind of stayed a little better. And then start towards the middle, in the middle. I have to tack it down with a little bit of the hot glue. Tack it in here. A little bit of hot glue. That way, that just so it stays in place. Right there. And right there. Like I said, the wrinkle effect is actually what I'm going for. Packing that. Because that's just going to go down there. And away we go. And why I wanted to do this part of the project first was because it's going to take the drying. It's going to have that drying time. You're going to want that drying time. Now, this brush I've used for decoupage, Mod Podge a lot, so it's a little stiff. But when we set this aside to dry, the look and feel of the napkin that we're going for is kind of like a paper mache type consistency, if you know what I mean. Like I said, it doesn't matter if it comes down the sides or not. I kind of like the two-tone look myself. I mean, but it's all completely preference. If you want to have actual rhyme, if you want to do like a pattern or something to that effect. And this will crinkle, but that's won't be fine for something else you may do, but this is fine because, like I said, we're filling in this negative space here. But we're filling that out, filling the negative space. As long as you have your design you're saying from your napkin, as long as it's there and intact, we're good. Set that to the side, I'll get to that. And then this here, we're going to move this, and well, we don't really have to. We're just going to put this. Watch where you're touching though, because it does tend to want to come off. Because that one is a little bit more delicate. I don't know if that's possible, but it is. Than the one that's already hardened up. Okay, so we'll just set that there. Set that aside. And we will move on. And my instructions, because I have to write down how I do things, because usually I just go offhand and just, even when I'm doing things that have to do with my business and I'm making something to a product to sell, I have to actually sit with a piece of scratch paper and write down what I'm doing, like what products I'm using, how much of this, how much of that. Now with this grapevine wreath, the first thing, and this is trial and error that I found this out. It is easier to put the garland, which you can hardly see the garland on this one, but it is easier to put the garland on first instead of as an afterthought like I did with that one. Because I thought to myself, that needs a little bit more of something. Well, I should have thought about putting something on it beforehand. Okay. What I did is I stuck one and I started wrapping it, but in order to secure it, I secured the middle with the glue gun. I thought maybe I wouldn't have to do that since I was using the wrapping beforehand before I put any of the flowers on. But obviously it's just the thing with this garland. Just gonna guesstimate that that's as much as I need. And then just wrap. I mean, as much, however much little that you'd like. And we just, no fear, no foul. If those come off, if the little beads come off, you can always glue and secure them. I do it all the time when I'm working with this. And this also gives a little bit more security to the bottom of the wreath when you wrap it around like that, around the where it's fused, but it's not really fused. It's just kind of however they bound it, twined it. Yeah, granted it didn't go the whole way down, but you can kind of like mock it up with the beads that fell off. Which is what I intend to do actually, is mock it with the beads that fell. A little easier. You don't really have to worry about depending on where you're sticking. I can cover this up good with the flowers when I put the flowers on. So you really don't have to worry about that purplish white sticking out. Like so. And then just any place you feel that it looks shy of where a bead may or may not have come off. And like these ones are coming up a little bit. I like to come down a little. And these glue webs we can deal with later. Okay, I already picked out our my florals that I knew I was using. Get a little easier. Oops. Okay, so place those style embellishments. Okay, so start with this pretty flower here. Just put a little glue on this puppy there. Make it look even, like even it out. I'll start on the other end. Ouch. A little bit there. I mean, they won't be the exact same, but in general they'll be the same, if that makes any type of sense. I mean, it does to me, but that's because if I don't write it down and I craft, and it ends up not being the same anyways. And I kind of got the spring pattern, like, of the flowers. I had got that idea. I had, currently I'm burning myself and it hurts. And I know I should be wearing finger protectors. I have finger protectors, honestly. I choose not to wear them because they don't fit my fingers properly. And they squish the heck out of my finger. So I just deal with, I guess, pulling off the glue. Pulling the glue off my fingers. And like these flowers here, I don't care for it as much, to be honest. I'm not a fan of them. I'm looking because I feel like there's a flower missing from a stem somewhere. Just not sure where. If that being the case, I'm just going to kind of like try to tuck one in here. If it will let me. And every time I craft, it is so messy. It's crazy town messy. These, I trimmed them like where they were on the stems, and you just need a little bit more off though. At least I feel, but like I said, it's your opinion on how far or how you take it. But you get the point. Just give me a few minutes and I'll finish putting the flowers on here and come back to show you where I put the embellishments and the bow. Okay, now that I got that all done, I was a little bit special, a little bit further. I already put the wooden bee on the wooden ladybug, and then the little butterflies already on, and the lips, of course. Also, if you'd like, I have these little nail roses, because what's something for Valentine's Day or spring without any roses? So I'm just putting a couple of them in the corner. I figure once the light hits them, they'll shine and shimmer a little bit, so that'll be kind of cool. No rhyme or reason, just wherever you want them. And I got the embellishments from Temu, but I'm sure you can find them at, like, maybe a good place to look for them would be at Joann's currently, being that they're going out of business. But you can find them at Michael's, usually like the odds and ends place. You can even find them, believe it or not, because what these were listed as on Temu were nail art. Acrylic nail art is what they were listed on Temu as. So that's pretty much And for the bow, I'm using a cheater. I'm making a cheater bow. Basically, your choice of ribbon, make a loop like so, and then from that loop, to make it even at least, you can go and like crisscross it, like how they have like the awareness bows. Find where you think your center is, and then all you want to do is like crimp it in the middle. Makes the nicest bow. Crimp it in the middle. Sometimes with my fingers it's a little difficult, but like set it in the middle, bring that down, and then what you're going to want to do, oops, that'll happen. It took me a few times when I did it, when I was doing it myself. It's like you need an extra set of hands almost to do this. Crimp that down. Now I've already went and cut my baker's twine so that I can go and pretty much with where it's crimped, get it even. Like so. Grab where it's pinched. That. Just do it. Yeah. It's so easy when I did not do this on camera to make the bow. Then voila, voila, you have your bow. So tighten it up, make a knot. Oops. If it wants to make a knot, make a knot. Pull this down this way. Get it even with that one. Oh, no, I don't have both tails. Both tails. Even the top out if you need to. Grab your scissors. So straighten the length at the end, like so. And then take the corner after you have it even, like so. Or you can go and you can dovetail it. Me, I just think these are so easy. These are a little bit easier. So it looks a little bit thicker, kind of. Okay. Sure these are even. Because what you're going to do next is it's going to go right in the middle. Now this one doesn't have as big of a space as the other one did. And we're going to wedge this in. Because on the back there was like a big loop that I could just loop it in. So I don't think that's going to happen this time, possibly. I don't have any more thread big enough. Oh, there's where I can. Actually, I'm going to put this on here like that. Just in the middle of those flowers. I did actually tack it with a little bit of glue. Just around here, tacked it with some glue. There. Like so. And you just fluff your bow underneath. Fluff that underneath that. Try to put flowers. Might have been easier, but these are different kind of flowers. Basically that. Kind of let your bow do what it does. Look kind of whimsical, kind of. hold it. This, like I said, I looped it up, and I bet you I can loop it up through this. Basically, I just found a spot that I could loop it through. Whether it was part of a bead garland, which this will be. Just tack that back there like so. And then I made that. And then I took one of these little beads. And then I tuck that over top here to set it in, make it a little stronger. Cut the extra off. Off. You got this cute little beading here. Ouch, this is a little one. And there you have it. There you have two cute little spring wreaths, or spring Valentine's Day wreath. I'll have to return in a part 2 for this part of the DIY. Tacky and not quite dry. So stay tuned for that.